welcome. We are going to be playing West of Loathing. I have seen quite a few people play this and I've always wanted to, so I thought today would be a perfect day in between something that was a little bit crazy yesterday and tomorrow we're going to be doing the suicide of Rachel Foster, so it's going to be a little bit more intense. So I thought we could do something kind of in the middle of like I don't know. I just kind of wanted to do something on my own today. um, so let's get into it. I'm actually really excited to play it for myself. Gameplay, there we go. Okay. Okay. New game. Are these names? Cub McCree. Birdie Walker. I like it. We're going with Kitty Bassett. Ooh. I kind of like even that was protagonizing. Let's play. Oh, I had the strangest dream. I was choosing a character class. A cowpuncher, bean slinger, or a snake oiler. I feel like I want to be a bean slinger. Magic and cooking are inextricably intertwined in loathing, and the bean slinger is a mythical master of both. You've heard there's a shortage of cooks out west since the cows came home, due to most of the cooks having been brutally killed by the cows. Alright, let's look at the snake oiler. Right, snake oilers rely on their moxie and chutzpah to tame snakes. Their fearlessness to extract potent oils from these snakes, and their cleverness to manufacture and sell potions made from these oils. You've heard snake oilers are doing really well out west since the cows came home. Everybody needs potions and hope in these dark days. Also out west is where all the best snakes live. Cowpunchers solve their problems with their fists, whether it's shaking them at a disagreeable feller in a disreputable saloon, or using them to punch a slightly more disagreeable feller in a slightly less reputable saloon. You've heard that cowpunchers are in demand out west since the cows came home, which stands to reason. The cows aren't going to punch themselves after all. Aw, hi Gradient Spark. Welcome. I love you too. I'm gonna go with Bean Singer. It's what I said from the beginning. We're gonna go with it. Oh my gosh. Can't stay, but just wanted to say hi. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. This book tells the tale of renegade sheriff who was really, really bad at walking. Unlock stupid walking as an option. How do I need to know how to turn on stupid walking. Hey, Russell, how you doing? Ka! I'm gonna miss you, buddy. Ka! Ka! We gotta feed him a cricket. You grab a cricket from your cricket bag and feed it to Russell. He coos appreciatively and nuzzles in your hand. Goodbye, Russell. Be good. Or maybe it's time for you to leave, too. I think we know what we have to do. You open your bedroom window, not pictured, and unlatch the door to Russell's cage. He winks at you, calls one last time, then flies away to the west. It's time to hit the trail. Oh, I've combed my hair one last time. Oh. Organization. Nothing I can do here. Tippy taps. Oh, I didn't mean to come out here yet. Oh yeah, I gotta be sneaky. You pick up one of your brother's weird books and flip through it. How many different languages do you need to know how to learn about numbers? It's about math, maybe? Ah. Alright. Handstand for days. What if I want to screw him up? Oh my god, that is hilarious. Your mom smiles warmly as you approach. I'm leaving now, Mom. We're gonna miss you, kiddo. Oh, and before you leave, I got you a present. A present? Yep, it's that book you wanted for Crimbo. I know it's early, but the one about picking locks? Oh boy. The one about desert survival? Oh boy. The one about bartering? Oh boy. I feel like picking locks is gonna be like clutch here. That's the one. Enjoy it. Please be careful out there. Write us a letter when you can. She hugs you. I will, Mom. Bye. I'll make you proud, Ma. Your father morosely jabs at the haystack. That hat doesn't fit you, Dad. It's time for me to leave, Dad. Ah, the hat. I'll go into it. It's time for me to leave. His lip quivers a little bit. Listen, I want you to have this. It's your grandmother's favorite can of beans. You got an can of infinite beans. Thanks, Dad. Good. Good luck out there. Be sure to say goodbye to your mother. I did, Dad. Goodbye. Oof. Oh my god. How did I know? Oh, okay. Alright. Your brother Rufus is standing here looking nervous. He's pretty good at looking nervous. Give him his puzzle back. He starts fidgeting with it. Say goodbye. Hey, Rufus, it's time for me to head west. I still don't understand why you're leaving. He's got a good point, you know. Why are we going west anyways? To help people. To seek my fortune. To get off the stupid farm. To help people. But it's so dangerous. 60% of the people who go west get killed within a year, and that statistic is from before the cows came home. I'll be okay. You worry about taking care of Mom and Dad. I'll worry about me. Okay, if you say so. I still think you'll be dead by Crimbo. I'll miss you, Rufus. Okay. You give him a playful punch in the arm. Thanks, buddy. Go west, young woman. Young woman. I'm gonna turn that off for a minute. Wait, I want to go west. Yes. I feel like we should let the opening credits roll. But I'm kind of impatient. We'll see how long this takes. Film editor. Well, hey there, Wall Lobster. It is a classic game. It's a rootin' tootin' cowboy shootin' kind of game. Boom operator. 200 miles later. Oh. Well, bad news is that you fell off that cart and got knocked out for a couple of hours, and now you've got no ride, no meat, no prospects. The good news is that you're in a town rather than in a gulch somewhere. Not much of a town, though. Get up and dust yourself off. Oh, hello. Get turnip. I got a dusty turnip. Burp. Oh, I probably shouldn't touch this then. Got a broken board. Gone drinking. Oh. As you walk into the saloon, the crazy-eyed guy sitting to the left of the door shrieks and waves at you to get your attention. Hey, where's your hat, dagnabbit? Well, You can't drink in here without a hat. Tain't proper. He points to the take a hat, leave a hat box next to the door. I am very well easily entertained. Thank you very much. You look through the hat box and find a magical black Stetson? That looks like something you'd wear. Oh my god. A barely enchanted hat. You grab the hat and put it on. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. He gives you a friendly, if somewhat twitchy nod. Say, gal. Yeah? You heading west? If you want some company, I'd be more than happy to come along. Just let me know. Well, no pressure. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Like, creepy old man. Oh. I didn't realize that was Pete. There are two people playing poker, or at least trying to. They keep looking back and forth from their hands to the how to play poker card that came with their deck, biting their lips and concentrating real hard. Ah, I don't have me. Good luck, you two. Can I take your... It's a spittoon. People spit into it. You know, without even looking into it, it's absolutely disgusting. Why are you telling me this information? Is there something in there that you're hiding? Yeah, it's full of spit. Regular spit. Gross tobacco spit. Chewing gum. And it looks like a few teeth as well. It's disgusting. And the smell, even from a distance, it smells horrible. Look closer. You are now on your hands and knees peering into the filth-encrusted spittoon. I don't understand what is wrong with you. Wait, is there something shiny at the bottom? Get it. You reach your hand towards the spittoon. Even before you touch it, you can feel the grossness in the air, like a greasy fog enveloping the stinky brass horror. It smells like the vomit trout at the mesquite barbecue eating contest. You hesitate. Never surrender. Ugh, you plunge your hand into the awful goop. It makes a sound like glop. Your skin is burning. Your eyes start to water. You're searching. Your fingers make contact with something. You pull your hand out of the devil's tureen slowly, not daring to risk splashing the contents all over yourself. You appear to have gotten some kind of ring, probably some kind of disease as well. Congratulations. You got an item, a nasty ring. Hooray! I want to come back to the bar. Hello, sir. You walk up to the bar and wait patiently for a bartender to notice you. While you're waiting, you see a sign taped to the back wall reading, "Reward for lost mugs, 25 me each." The bartender finally notices you. Howdy, cowgirl. Howdy, barkeep. Name's Kitty. What brings you to our little backwater? Ask about work. Oh, the usual. I came out west to make a fortune. Not having much luck so far, though. Any work round these parts? Unfortunately, Boring Springs already has more people in it than jobs. It's more of an errand town, if you catch my meaning. If you're looking for a real job, I'd recommend talking to the railroad people up by Dirtwater. The railroad? The Manifest Destiny Railroad Company from back east. They're trying to run a line to Frisco and having a heck of a time doing so. And they're hiring? Oh, I reckon they're always hiring for one thing or another. Big company, that. Dirt, uh, Dirtwater? Dirtwater is interesting. It's far enough west it's still more or less exempt from the rule of law, but not so far west that it's been burned to the ground by the damned cows. Lots of opportunity there. She pauses for a few seconds, lost in thought. Yep, if I were a younger woman, I'd probably head that way myself. Ask about errands. Yeah, this forsaken burg is always falling apart in one way or another. The holster's always needing help since he's hurt his leg. But that's no account. Sheriff could certainly stand to have somebody doing his job for him. Anything else? I've got a goblin loose in the basement. Some cowpoke in from the glutch didn't wipe off his boots and got spores everywhere. I can probably handle a goblin. Much obliged. I'll unlock the basement door for you. Oh, and you'll need this. You got an item. Weak fungicide. I'll take care of it. Don't you worry. You already have a hat. What would you do with two? Well, swap them out because, who just wants to wear one hat for the entire game? I don't want to leave them alone. Notice me. Take one. Thank you, thank you. Grab a bottle. Thank you, thank you. Can I not attack it? Look, he looks so happy. Oh, well, that was a little bit of an angry face. I feel like I haven't found the right stuff to deal with him yet. Howdy, I'm Kitty. Howdy, Kitty, I'm Horace. Nice to meet you. What do you do? I'm the town holster. I don't know what that is. I'm the town horse selling guy. Gotcha. How's it working out for you? Oh, the horses are just flying out the door. So business is booming. Nice. No, I mean the horses keep running away. I haven't sold one in ages. Oh, is that why you're here drinking instead? Yep. And me being in here drinking instead of watching those horses is probably how they keep escaping. It's one of those vicious circle things. Well, I'm in need of a horse. Do you have any left? One. Kind of a boring one. But it's got 4 legs and a back to sit on. Come see me at the stable. I'll be happy to show it to you. Woman glares at you. She should probably just let her drink. What if I don't want to let her drink? What if I want to bother her? Okay, well, we're going to go see a guy about a horse. Oh my god, he's beautiful. Afternoon, ma'am. What can I do for you? How's business? Oh, every day I'm hustling. Actually, I don't think, hosteling? Hosteling? To tell you the truth, though, it's pretty terrible. All my horses keep running away. Well, except for this completely ordinary one. That's rough. Maybe I can help. Oh, God, yes, thank you. Please, I'd go fetch them myself except for this injury. I'll give you 300 meat each for finding them. How many are there? Oh, 3. Here, let me see your map. They pretty much always run away to the same places. He draws 3 little pictures on your map. You discovered a new map location, Orhole Mine. You discovered a new map location, Bourne Springs Boneyard. You discovered a new map location, Thousand Snake Gulch. Why these places? I think they like environments that are thematically appropriate. Here, when you find one, feed it some of these oats. That should send it back here. You got a bag of homing oats. How does that work? They're special pigeon infused oats. Okay, will do. See you later. This is the most typical horseshoe I've ever seen. I bet it is typical as soon as we, like, go away with it. Oh, God. Sheriff! Howdy, stranger. Welcome to Boring Springs. I'm the sheriff in these parts. The what? He sighs. The sheriff. Okay. Blasted sign painters. Say, you wouldn't be happen to look for work, would you? As a matter of fact, I am. Great, 'cause I happen to have some. There's a gang of hoodlums around here that call themselves the Fricker Gang. Last time I arrested one of them, they busted him out and took my cell door with them. It ain't, it ain't much good without the door. And I need somebody tough, smart, and slick to go fetch it back for me. You know, but we're a little sassy today. Why don't you do it? You're the sheriff after all. I gotta stay here and practice my chair tipping. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Funny you should say that, 'cause I'm sending the deputy along with you to keep you out of trouble. He takes a pistol out of his desk and hands it to you. You got an item. Deputy pistol. Deputy? You deputized a gun? You're new in town. Maybe you ain't noticed, but there ain't much to do here except drink. Here, let me write down where Fricker Gang hideout is for you. He makes a little note on your map. You discovered a new map location. Fricker Gang's hideout. Got it. I'll be back with the door. We're gonna make some nice meat money. What are you trading? Step right up, step right up. Braid's the name and Trade's the game. You seriously doubt that his name is Braid. Howdy, Braid. What are you trading? Well, ma'am, I'm trading locks of soap and a stick of dynamite for a needle. And to the cunning Skinner, who brings me 3 rattlesnake hides, well, to that adventurous soul I will trade a fine silver pocket watch. Oh, I read that way too fast. He is trading locks for soap and a stick of dynamite for a needle. Got it. Okay, well, I do have a stick of dynamite, or I do have a needle. Braid, which is so not his name, takes your needle and hands you a stick of dynamite. Be careful with this now. I got dynamite. Requires dickering. Oh, don't have dickering. And requires soap. Alright, not right now. Hold on. I think I have, yeah. Let's read this. Lockpicking skill. Go weapons go. I can't read that. Spam whiskey. Hey, gives me one. Okay. You approach a weird cactus man hybrid. He smiles at you. Howdy, cactus man. Howdy yourself. The name's Bill. Cactus Bill. What happened to you, Bill? Well, to be honest, partner, I drank too much cactus beer, and it turned me into a cactus. Doc Alice warned me this would happen, but I didn't listen. And that's why they call you Cactus Bill? No, that's just a coincidence. Oh, does it hurt? Does what hurt? You know, being a cactus? Oh, haha. No, it's actually kind of nice. The natural fermentation process inside the cactus part of me keeps me pretty drunk most of the time. I guess it's might boring. Well, hey, Zayn, welcome. Streaming on a Wednesday. Getting risky, are we? Oh, Wednesday's actually my normal streaming day. I'm just streaming an hour early. I usually stream from 6 to 8. But I also will be streaming tomorrow, too. Doing back to back to back. Getting caught up since I took a week off for vacation. But how are you? Yeah, I bet. It wouldn't be so bad if I had something to read. You don't happen to have a newspaper or anything, do you? Well, matter of fact, we do. Give him the newspaper. You know what's funny, Xander? Or Xander. I'm just gonna call you Xander. I was gonna play Minecraft. I'm not even lying. And then something told me that I should play this instead. So I switched over to this. But yeah, I normally stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. If you go look at my schedule on my stream, it says Mondays and Wednesdays. But on occasion, I do stream Thursdays. Hey, computer guy. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, skilled up mysticality level 2. Oh, hold on. You give him the newspaper you found in the basement of the saloon. Much obliged, partner. Now let's see here. What can I do to return a favor? Oh, I know. My shovel. I left it behind the outhouse at Orhill Mine. It's yours if you go and get it, and I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Behind the outhouse at Orhill Mine? Got it. Thanks, Bill. Don't mention it. Now, if you could just kind of stick that newspaper in my face before you leave. Stick the newspaper. Okay. I'm hanging in there. Aw. Oh. Nope, you're not allowed to pick it. What? I don't remember. What did I do? I don't remember what I did. Oh. Beg your pardon, lady. Sheriff? Yuck. I... Oh my god, I got another needle. Okay. You said something earlier about an injury. Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out the showroom. Don't don't ask how. It's embarrassing. I was gonna get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in her office. Said she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse or? I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. Were you not looking for a shovel? I'm looking for a lot of things. I gotta find horses. I gotta find a shovel. Apparently, I can't go anywhere. I see. Alright, let's search this. Another needle. How funny. Does that mean I'm gonna need 3 sticks of dynamite? Are you gonna be my friend now? I don't want to fight. Sheriff? Don't yell at me. I'm not yelling. Offer whiskey. Whiskey delivery for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey. Your favorite, I'm led to believe. Didn't know she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. You hear a rattle and she unlocks the door. Enter the house. Oh, hello. That's... wow, that's dangerous. Okay. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Not until you give me that whiskey you promised me. Okay. Alright, someone's being a little frisky over here. Alright, Doc Alice looks to be about in her 50s. Her hair is graying and her face is lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey. Stat. I don't know if I should give it to her or don't give it to her. But I'll be nice. She cracks open the whiskey and fills a small flask as she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts checking out of the bottle. Geez, Doc, that doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here? Me or you? Alright, point taken. Wait a minute. Doc Alice continues to pour whiskey down her neck, occasionally stopping to breathe. Is everything alright? That depends on how fast I can get this whiskey into my bloodstream compared to how fast my liver filters it out. And I can't talk and drink at the same time, so she glares at you meaningfully. So, what's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? The whole world's gone to hell in a horse cart, and you ask what's the matter? Bandits, cow demons, dead men walking. Why don't you go ahead and pick one, and I'll drink to that. Dead men walking? You haven't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half of their strings cut, looking to take a bite out of the living? Nope. Well, just count your lucky stars and stay out of the town cemetery then. Is that it? Okay. Hey Doc, can I look at your books? Sure, if you want to. Not that they're gonna do you much good in this doom-forsaken hellhole. You should try being less cheerful, Doc. You surveyed the books on Alex's shelf. They're all medical textbooks except for a few. Leaf through the legendary of Curly's Meat. Leaf through the life and work of Fred Ferguson. The Galvanoid Tongues, a primer. Oh. Make like a tree and leaf. You start flipping through the goblin language book. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed. But by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed. And you also know that blurfs is the goblin word for hour. And you've learned to speak goblin. Sort of. Oh, so I can look through all of them. Okay. The book tells of a legendary treasure, a massive chest full of premium meat, secreted in the hidden sense, not in the extruded sense, in the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. This book purports to be a Civil War surgeon's autobiography, but flipping through it, you mostly just find lists of reasons that drinking alcohol is bad. So it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. Haha. At least there's some useful appendices in the back, and some diagrams of appendices. Okay, make a Oh my goodness. Do I have something to fight that yet? The pistol? Nope. That's not nice. Got it. Gumption level 2. Alright, I got this. Oh. He's a little bit more beefy. That's how it's done. This snake looks really angry. You're gonna need every trick in the book to beat this one. Oh, I have to fight it. Alright. Oh, okay. You get the first. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna win this one. Just barely. Hellbender. Actually, I need to go back to here. That's... Alright. Howdy. Alright. Oh, I don't... Well. I come all the way back here for no reason. Do I have to fight the snakes again? No, okay. Hey there, boy. Hey, fella. I'm a friend, okay? Nay. It's alright. Or it's cool, alright? Be cool. Don't freak out on me. Winnie. I feel like if you look at him in the eyes, he's gonna freak out, so I'm gonna pat his nose. You carefully and gently pat the horse's nose. He twitches a bit. A lot. Twitches a bit, okay, a lot. but seems to recognize that you aren't going to eat his eyes or suck out his soul or whatever madness is bouncing around in that skull of his. That's a good boy. Look him in the eyes. You calmly look the horse in the eyes. One of them is fixed in a glassy 1,000-yard stare, and the other is revolving madly in its socket, like he's thinking of trying to escape in every direction simultaneously. He looks to be calming down a little now, and it's all clear that you aren't actually made of spiders, though. Feed him to oats. Are you hungry, boy? I got a little treat for you. Snurf. You feed the crazy horse some homey oats, and it gallops away with a whinny, or rather a whinny. Hopefully he's headed home and not in the 12th dimension. Awesome, we rescued him. Nothing else? Nothing? Okay. Alright, we're not walking all the way back. We're going to the boneyard. Oh, hey! There's a mug. Grab it. Our founder. He was actually a really interesting guy. Benjamin Crockett. He showed up way too early. The grave is really noisy. Oh, I don't like that. Pulse quickens as you get near the spooky translucent horse. You approach the weird, semi-transparent horse cautiously, so as to not startle her, though you quickly come to a realization that this is not a horse that startles easy. Hello there. Hi, I'm a friend, okay? Nay. That's a little strange. How you did that without opening your mouth? Pat her on the nose, feed her the oats. You pat the horse's nose, which is very cold, as if you were going to ride her. You would want an extra saddle blanket to keep your butt from freezing. Pat her on the nose again. Yep, still cold. Brr. Feed her the oats. You hold out your handful of oats for the horse, but she sort of just stares right through you. Please don't look at me like that. Snort. Pat her on the nose again. Yep, still cold. Yep, so cold. Brrr! You get the idea. Try the oats again. What's the matter? Are they not spooky enough? I'm not sure how to make oats spooky. I guess I could put some bone meal on them, but I don't have anything handy to grind up the bones with. Grave dirt? Winnie. Is it a yes? Weird. Okay, add some grave dirt to the oats. You sprinkle the oats with just a little bit of grave dirt and hold them out again. The horse gazes expressionlessly at them, then eats them. Nay! With that, she glides away into the direction of the town. Bizarre. Devoted husband, beloved daughter, a baby. Aw, that's sad. Why can't I go behind the tree? Oh, I remember something about look behind the outhouse. There we go. Hey, he wasn't kidding. Not that this would have been a funny thing to kid about, I guess. You got an item. A shovel. Oh, okay. Oh, need that. The mechanism is labeled Cargo Elevator Control. A poster on the wall behind reads, Level 1, Blasting Cap Storage. Level 2, Plungers, both kinds. Level 3, Tools. Where do you want to send the cargo elevator? Leave the cargo elevator alone. Interesting. Oh. We need a plunger. So I guess we need to go to level 2. You press the plunger and nothing happens. You forgot to hook up a blasting cap. Should've went with level 3 first. I got a crowbar. Alright, now level 1. A blasting cap. Awesome. These crazy. Okay, this makes you nervous. Press the plunger. Kaboom. Alright, let's dive in. Oh, hello? Oh, you see the dark horse. Barely. Approach her. Hey there, girl. It's okay. I'm a friend. Winnie. The horse shies away from you, though in this case it's more like crippling introverted away from you. Reassure her. Aw, come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poisoned or anything. ... And in retrospect, I guess that wasn't a very comforting thing to say. Let's pat her on the nose. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back into the shadows. Aw, come on. Feed her the oats. You take a handful of oats out of the bag and hold them to the horse. Here you go. Yummy yum. Yum yum. Snort. She sidles away from you warily and makes a surprisingly good attempt to hide in her own shadow. Come on, please. Eat the oats yourself. Look, they're fine, okay? See? You take a handful of the bag and toss them in your mouth. Look, it's like the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than any dry cat food. Don't ask. You smile to show the horse that you're fine and realize that you've unconsciously turned around and walked out the door. Geez, these are powerful. The horse looks at you wearily as you re-enter with a cheerful wave. See? Perfectly fine. Pat her on the nose. The horse hunches her shoulders and seems to shrink slightly as you pat her nose, but she doesn't actually flee, so that's something. There's a good girl. Winnie? Feed her the oats. The horse finally seems relaxed enough around you, so you offer her a handful of oats. Warily, begrudgingly, she eats them. She then gestures to something behind you. You turn around to look, but don't see anything. When you turn around, she's gone. Well, okay then. You bend down and shine your lantern into the crack in the rock, and you can barely make out a square shape down there. Well, out of arm's reach. Looks like somebody dropped a small metal box into a hole, though you don't know if that was to hide it or to discard it. If you're truly desperate to find out what's in there, you could try reasoning with the rock. Your primary argument would be a bundle of dynamite. Perhaps you could persuade the hole to widen enough to grab the box? It does require 3. I better find some. Silver nugget. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go dig up. Look at us leveling up from doing some work. Okay. Alright, so I got 3 mugs. Nugget, crowbar, needle, shovel. Bring aside. Ah, much obliged. Okay, so sorry, I read it, but I didn't say it out loud. But howdy, howdy. Good to see you again, kitty. You tip your hat to the bartender. Much obliged. You hand in the recovered mugs and collect your bounty. 75 meat. You tip your hat to the bartender. Here's a lady drinking whiskey out of a beer mug. That's Susie. She's a rancher from nearby. A real tough broad. I ain't recommend you pester her. Why's that? Lost her whole family to a cow attack recently. Got some pent up frustrations about it. Ouch. The woman glares at you. Are you Susie Cochran? How'd you know my last name? I saw the graves in the cemetery. I'm sorry for your loss. Susie scowls bitterly and mutters into her whiskey. I saw it happen, saw the whole damn thing, and couldn't do nothing about it. The bartender said it was cows. Cows, right. I don't know what those things are, but they ain't cows, not anymore. What happened? It was a raid. See, Ma and Pa used to ranch cattle back before they came home. Pa didn't make it, but Ma and I managed to rebuild. We ranched pigs instead, and she left me the place when she passed. Go on. Well, I guess a passing herd sniffed out that it used to be a cow ranch and they attacked. A couple days ago. Happened so fast I didn't even have time to get my rifle out of the gun safe. Cows smashed the front door and a fire started out back by the root cellar. House went up in blazes just like that. What did you do? There wasn't anything I could do. Couldn't get upstairs to the kids 'cause of the fire, and I saw Tim trampled right in front of me. She drains her glass. I ain't want to talk about it no more. Sorry. She refills her mug from a bottle on the bar and doesn't reply. What will you do now? Head west, I suppose. Nothing keeping me here. And no desire to stay. I can't leave without my rifle, though. Why not? It was Ma's rifle. It's all I got left of anybody. Where is it? Left it at the ranch like a damn fool. Listen, can I ask you a favor? I need someone to go get it for me. Yeah, I'll go get it. We're gonna be friends. Susie shows you on a map where her ranch is. You discovered a new map location. The Cochran Ranch. Take your leave. Oh, now we're gonna go make friends. So many friends. The goblin the goblin shouts, "I'm Gary." He wasn't angry, he was just shouting, "I'm Gary." Hi, Gary. Hi, hello. Hello, I am Gary. Who are you? Introduce yourself. Well, I'm Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Good to meet you. What Kitty doing down here? Be polite. Oh, just looking around. Oh, heyo, Gary likes looking too. Gary now looking for a way out of this dump. Gary not having much luck, though. Where are you trying to go, Gary? High away and far up. For poppin'. Poppin' and then new Gary everywhere. Everywhere. Settle down, Gary. Gary doesn't like to settling. Gary wants to traveling and popping. If Kitty's going far up and high away, maybe taking Gary with you, eh? Eh? I'll think about it. Oh, we don't have... I don't want to leave, Gary. Gary's a friend. Oh, we gotta go talk to the horse guy. Didn't know how you spotted her hiding in that mine, but thanks for sending back my dark horse. Sure thing. Looks like my pale horse made it back safe. Thanks for all your help. Anytime. Thanks for finding my crazy horse. He was eating loco weed again, wasn't he? Not that I noticed. That's all of them. Can't thank you enough. Here's a little extra for you. Thanks. I love how he just switched over. Afternoon, ma'am. What can I do for you? Can you sell me a horse? Sure thing. I should warn you though, horses Horses get mighty attached to their riders. Once you've bought one, you won't be able to change your mind later. Which one are you interested in? We can... I have to think. I think I want this one. But this one's really cool. I'm just browsing. I got a crazy horse. Oh, I really like the ghost horse. I'm like in between these two. I think I'm going to go with the ghost horse. Can you sell me a horse? Go with the spooky pale one. Good choice. That's a good horse. If you like that sort of thing, I'll sell her for 1,000 meat. What sort of thing? You know, spooky stuff. Spooky stuff? I don't want to get into particulars. Let's just say she sets a certain tone. Oh, mysterious. I'll take her. Thanks. Here's the keys. Safe ride. Give her a name. Oh. What should we name her? Okay, we got a spooky white horse. I don't know a good name. Okay. We're going with Casper. Are you sure you want to name your horse Casper? Yes. Alright then, Casper the horse. It's got a nice ring to it. Oh, and I almost forgot. Free with every horse purchase is a complimentary map. You got an item. Southeast West map. Thanks. It's your new horse, Casper. Well, Casper, you're going to sit there for just a second. I got some things to do first. I gotta go here and here. Let's... Oh. I wonder if I should do something with the guy outside. Wait a minute. Thud Fricker. The Fricker's gang Interped lookout appears to be taking a little nap. Just shoot him! It's all about choices and I don't know which one to make. Hello, Hinata. I just kind of want to just walk up to them. Oh. What are you playing? I am playing West of Loathing. I'm playing a rootin' tootin' cowboy shooting kind of game. I seen Markiplier play it once and I had it on my wish list. And so when I got a computer, it was like one of the first ones I went and found and bought. But I haven't had time to actually play it myself, so I'm doing it now. You cautiously approach the Fricker gang. They're pretty engrossed in their poker game, so it doesn't actually require that much caution. You hide behind a barrel and eavesdrop on their conversation for a while. The one with the eye patch is quiet, but you gather that his name is Snipe and that the squirrely one is his brother Wimpy. What's your play here? Leave without. The one without an eye patch. Oh. Howdy, boys, deal me in. The one without an eye patch raises an eyebrow at you. Who are you? How'd you get past Thud and Soapy? What do you want? I'm here for the sheriff's door. Oh, he's a little spicy. I'll show you the door. The door to hell. He reaches for his gun. Okay then, a fight to tease. Get the jump on him. Poof. Why can't we just talk it out, man? Like, why do we gotta fight? You clearly aren't hitting anybody. The leaders of the Fricker gang are dead by your hands. The sheriff will be proud of you, though you're not sure how your mother would feel. I don't think you just ran up and hit him with a crowbar. I know, right? Oh, my glamour leveled up to 2. Give me that mug. Give me that door. A good trusty crowbar is a... Dude had a gun and just let you hit him. I know. This game is great. One of the Fricker boys is dozing in the bathtub. Don't disturb him. Should I say, can you pass the soap? Or should I tie him up? I just murdered all of his friends. He mumbles and hands you a bar of soap before sinking deeper into both sleeping in the tub. Cool. Alright. Honorable. You grab a nearby length of rope and carefully tie his hands together and then to the handles of the tub. The sheriff can come collect them later. Let sleeping bandits lie. He don't look tied up to me. Should we wake him up or leave him? I don't think he's gonna be too happy when he realizes I brutally murdered his his friends with a crowbar. Alright, I'll ignore him for right now. Exactly. Alright, I'm gonna wake him up. You poke Thud with your boots. He slowly gets to his feet. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Thud is, well, let's say he's no Rhodes Scholar if we assume that it's 7 years from now and an idiom makes sense. You feel bad about the idea of killing him. Walk away, Thud. Thud, you don't want this life. Take a hike. Okay, you're probably right. Thud stumbles off into the desert. He'll probably be fine. Honorable. Let's go back to town and tell the sheriff. I love how he just agreed with you. He really did. He was just like, you know what? You're right. I don't want this life. I'm gonna stumble into the desert and probably die somewhere. Braid, even or though you really don't think his name is actually Braid, takes your soap and hands you a lock. Thank you. Oh, I passed the sheriff's office. I see the Fricker gang hasn't put a stop to your breathing. Did you rescue my cell door? You hand the sheriff his door, and he hangs it back on his hinges. Nice work, stranger. There's this here's prison cell just got about 4 times more secure. Any there? Are there any Fricker boys left for me to round up? Yeah, one or two that's sleeping on the job. It's almost yeah. I'll go round them up shortly then. Looks like I owe you a reward. He produces a big bag of meat. You gained 400 meat. Got another little task for you, if you got the time. Should be a lot simpler than the last one. What you need? Well, the prickers busted the lock, then they took the door. Gonna need a new lock. I just so happen to have one. That'll do nicely. The sheriff puts a lock on the cell door, then accidentally drops the key and it clatters into the cell. Apparently, they came to bust one of their friends out, the Fricker gang, and took the door with them as they took their friend. Sheriff puts the lock on the cell door, then accidentally drops the key and it clatters into the cell. Hellfire. Didn't you know? Don't say you suppose. Don't suppose you know how to pick a lock, stranger. You got a needle handy? I'll see what I can do. I swear this man. You definitely picked the lock. I know, right? Just like walk out with a metal door. I unlocked your cell for you. The sheriff walks into the cell and picks up the key. He looks around for a place to hide it and eventually sticks it under his hat. Thank you kindly, stranger. If Bourne Springs ever gets any more criminals, they'd better watch out. That's a good job you've done. Don't mention it. Here, you have this souvenir of your time in Bourne Springs. You got a replica sheriff's badge. Best hiding spot. 10 out of 10. If I find out that you lost it, Lean and Riley. Later, Sheriff. Wanted for bird theft. Naked Mike Bernstein. Wanted poster artist. Apply in person at the Yama Marshal office. Bimmy Fricker for face thieving. I'm be the new sheriff. New sheriff in town. I seen you. You unhand that snake. Oh, let's go return the recovered well, actually. He had a snake in his beard. Yes, he did! Oh. How much you want to bet there's still a cow somewhere? Thank you! It's a cute hat. You know what? I'm not gonna open that door. I point to you. Got a perk, mostly scabs. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to open up the door. Oh! Those pies were not safe. Oh my god, what is that? This thing looks angry. You're not gonna make it to that safe without dealing with it. Let's fight. Well, I don't know if that's gonna help. You know what? Good old melee attack. Good old crowbar. Oh. Whack. Defeated that nasty cow's skull floating in a cloud of flame. Hooray! Grab Susie's rifle. Oh my gosh. Hinata, look at this. It just keeps getting better. There's one that I really love. Oh my god, I haven't seen this one yet. Okay, give it a second, give it a second. Oh, no, that's okay. You find my rifle yet, stranger? Yep, here she is. Susie's eyes welled up with tears as you hand her the rifle, and she roughly scrubs her sleeves across her face before any of them spill over. Thanks, stranger. I didn't catch your name. I'm Kitty. Man, now I want to play this game. And it's so fun. It's just so random, too. Thanks, Kitty. Can't rightly say what this means to me. She looks at the rifle for a long moment, then looks back up at you. She sighs. Well, that's enough wallowing in misery. Time for me to hit the road. If you want me to tag along when you head west, just say the word. Sounds good, Susie. Do I say now? Or do I do it once I... Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. I can't. Okay. I think I've done everything. I did everything I needed for the sheriff. I did everything for the cactus guy. I think I did everything for the one woman that just wanted a drink. I bought a horse. Oh my god. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Weenie. Ride Casper out of town. Once you leave Boring Springs, you won't be able to come back. Any unfinished business you got will forever remain unfinished. Are you sure you're ready to leave? On second thought. Oh my god. I can't. I don't want to leave him alone. Oh, wait. I can play. There are two playing poker, or at least trying to play. Can I play? They look nervously at you. Look, I have some meat. Let's play. You put 20 meat on the table and sit down before they can say no. One of them shuffles the cards sloppily and deals a new round. You get a pair of tens, plus a 2, a 3, and a king. I feel like we should bet aggressively. They look at each other nervously, but they both call your bet. Okay, read 'em and weep. You show your pairs of tens, plus 2, 3, king, and the guy on the left has a full house, 2 jacks, and 3 aces, and the guy on the right somehow got a straight flush. 2 through, 6 in hearts. Outfox them? You explain that jacks are worth 9 points each, giving the guy on the left a total of 21 points and the guy on the right a 20. And you're 25 plus a king, and the king represents King Ralph. King Ralph the Ninth, whom the western colonies revolted against because of unfair taxes, so they owe an extra tax of 10 meat each. They nod in understanding and push more meat across the table at you. You collect your winnings, stand up, and they thank you for helping them learn the game. You gain 50 meat. Walk away. Oh my god. You've already plummeted the depths of the spittoon in your own depravity. You should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry. They're playing for spiders now. Oh. What'd you say, Pete? Who? Me? Well, heck, I say all kinds of things. For instance, I've been mining them mountains longer than a left-handed bustle hustler can dance a hornpipe. Uh-huh. Pete takes a swig of his whiskey. Pete notices that nugget of silver you found earlier. I'll take that old silver nugget off your hands. If you like, I'll give you 81 meat for it. Should I sell him my silver nugget? I feel like money is everything in this game, but at the same time, what if someone offers me more for my silver nugget? But what if no one offers me money for my silver nugget? Alright, we're keeping it. Nah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Well, as you please. Pete squints and points at the unrefined meat ore you're carrying. You ain't seem like someone got much use for unrefined ore. Stranger, I'll buy it off you for 73 meat. Nah, I'm saving this for later. Pete shrugs. Well, alrighty then. Oh my god. So let me just scooch right on past you guys. Poor crazy Pete. Did I learn enough moxie? Oh, Dickerin. How do I earn Dickerin? Oh boy. I feel like... Is that really gonna do anything? It's all... Nothing happened. Shower grid. Oh. Lava fava. Bean shield. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk him into more dynamite, which means I'm not gonna be able to get that box. Oh, Topeka is where I came from. Oh, there's more to this story. You haven't seen it. Corpse skeletons. Oh yeah, there's a skeleton in the cemetery. It's nice to get some outside confirmation I'm not losing my damn mind. But how is it even possible? It isn't possible. It goes against everything I know about medicine. Dead patients don't get back up. Patients? Oh. Ouch. Doc Alice turns away, grimacing. Every doctor loses one now and again. You never get used to it. But, well, it happens. But what doesn't happen is when is them coming back afterwards and looking for revenge. That must be pretty rough. Rough, Missy. I don't think you comprehend the situation. It's not just patients, it's neighbors, friends, husbands. Oh, indeed. She turns away from you and focuses her attention back on the bottle. I feel like we can help her. Doc, Doc Alice sighs exasperately. What now? Do you have any idea what's causing the resurrections? Well, I heard a rumor. A rumor? What is it? It's when you get incomplete information from an unverified source. Er. Anyway, what I heard is that there's a fella out west that's causing it, a necromancer. They call him a necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. Magic like the beanslingers use? I never heard of any beanslinger raising the dead, have you? Her scowl deepens. That'll be one hell of a can of beans. Alright, we're gonna ask her about TNT. What now? What's the deal with all the TNT? It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits. So small there won't be nothing left to come back. That seems drastic. Drastic? Hell, no way am I taking the risk of becoming one of those things. Fair enough, I suppose. Why do you keep cutting me out? I want to... About the necromancer. Assuming he exists, what about him? Well, maybe someone ought to try and stop him. Doc Alice gives you a sharp look. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Why not you? A gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel knows surgery. Did you hit your head on a bar stool, kid? You aren't that old. And if I were gonna pick someone to go up against a necromancer, it'd be someone who also knows about death, but in a scientific way. A doctor, right? Doc Alice stares hard at you and takes a swig from her bottle and says nothing. And it sounds to me like you've got plenty of motivation to get the job done for your friends and everyone. She continues to look at you. You can see the gears turning in her head. It beats doing nothing anyways. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. You aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. She winces and looks away, then shakes her head slowly. You seriously expect me to ride out west by myself chasing a rumor? Doesn't have to be by yourself. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me, and maybe we can find the guy and put a stop to him. It's crazy impossible. It's crazy. Impossible. Impossible like raising the dead is impossible? Alice crosses her arms and regards you thoughtfully. A spark slowly brightens in her eyes. Alright, kid. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. Cool. If I can't bring all these people with me, I'm going to be very upset. Just let me know when you're ready to leave. I'll wait here. I bet you it's going to make me pick. I have 3 good friends that want to come with me, and I'm going to have to... Oh my god, cartwheels. I'm going to have to choose between them. I feel like that should have got me whatever I needed to trade with him. Howdy. Oh my goodness. How about some free dynamite? Let me just check one more time. I don't have foraging either. Okay. I haven't went to the sheriff since the boys have been picked up. Alright, well. I don't think I have much going on anymore. Once you leave Bourne Springs, you won't be able to come back. Any unfinished business you've got will forever remain unfinished. Are you sure you're ready to leave? I think I'm ready to leave. Alrighty then. You're properly horsed and ready to start your new life in the West. All you need now is a partner. A partner. Somebody to share the trail with. Somebody you can rely on for emotional and combat support. Who we take with you? How dare they? Ugh. Oh my god, I could take Crazy Pete. That is hilarious. I could take Doc Alice. She could help in the fight in the end. I could take Susie. And I could take Gary. I've seen the story played out a few times where they take Susie and they take Gary, so I think I'm gonna go with Doc Alice. I feel like she's gonna help me out the most in the end. Ugh, I can't believe they've done this. Who will you take with you? You knock on Alice's door and tell her it's time to go. Hit the trail. You consult the southeast west map and a holster gave you. It only lists two things, the town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company westernmost camp. You discovered two new locations. Head for Dirtwater. I swear to God, if you just drink the entire time. Room for rent. Inquire with an... Oh my god, my ghost horse. Aw, I'm gonna comb her man. Out of the way, Missy. What do you say, Alice? If we're going to look into this necromancer business, I figure we ought to start with the local cemeteries. Makes sense. Do you know where they are? Yeah, I did some research into the Territory cemeteries a while back. Territory cemeteries? To see if there was a pattern. You okay? Haha, sorry. Anyway, there's one not too far from here. You discovered a new map location. Dave Yard. What do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, I guess the railroad crew would be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Any other ideas? Ella says you should see the bartender about renting that room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operations. Thanks for the reminder. Oh my god, we're skiing. Well, howdy there. It's nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Kitty. Glad to know you, Kitty. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw that sign up front advertising a room. Need any help with anything? I'll have a shot of bourbon. See you later. Always nice to help out first. Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our player piano. Our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I poked around in him myself, but I lost the key. This is suddenly taking a strange turn. The piano player is not very good at his job. Try to fix him. You lift up the piano player's piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not very good lock. Alright, we gotta go find a haystack. Oh, I don't know if I want slop. Alright, we gotta go. He looks suspicious. So the girl was selling flowers. You lose 50 meat. You got an item. Sweet smelling flowers. Yeah, but I bet it made her day. Oh, there's a lot of lots available. It's just gonna keep going on. You saw the sign. There's nothing past here. Wait. Why are they going that way? Unacceptable. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to help. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure. If you're any good with the gun, there's always somebody in need of justice. Wanted posters are back here. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. Take your leave. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. Read it. Wasted, the stripy hat gang. For grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in vicinity of Cavern Cave. Oh, that's a lot of meat. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low down, no fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want to go after them? Yes. Who wouldn't want to go after them? It's a wanted poster, or a wanted poster, if accuracy is important. It says, wanted, the house in the desert gang. For mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the house in the desert. You wonder if this house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yes. We're gonna get both of them. Then we're gonna become the sheriff. Is there gonna be someone in the cells? This empty cell is all ghostly. It's like our horse. Hi, I'm Kitty Bassett. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Thanks anyway. What is that even for then? Hello there. Welcome to Stirwater. Oh, wow. Okay, ready to learn a new bean singing skill. For sale. Advanced bean craft, disposable binoculars, dynamite. I feel like we always need dynamite. Plum pudding, a shovel. I have a shovel, I think. Yeah. Tooth powder, increases your muscle for the rest of the day. Blood sausages. Shovel, plum pudding. Huh. I feel like this is important. Oh, I guess it's only worth 25. Oh, well. I love you have to buy a shovel for 1,000, but they only sell for 100. I feel like we're getting ripped off. Alright, that's all I needed. I love the dimensions in this game, it's so hilarious. How did I know I'd find her here? I seen you found the local watering hole. Yeah, it's decent. Let me know if you find a whiskeying hole, though. I saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right, finest rooms in the house, and plenty of room for your partner too. Y'all interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by the bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Thank you. Do I tell her that I got the room? my. It's... You called yourself a blue-bellied, yellow-bellied jerk. You gain the... Sorry. Oh. Oh. Interesting. I feel like that's gonna help if I go to... Cavern Canyon. A skeleton approaches you in that jittery, stop-motion-y way that skeletons do. Judging by its hat, it appears to be the skeleton of a beanslinger. You remember the classic saying, old beanslingers died like normal people, but sometimes they keep walking around and casting spells at you afterwards. Fight that old bean. Get the jump on. Oh, 100%. Whack him with the crowbar. Oh. Not nice. Whack. You beat up the skeleton and searched it for loot, which is much easier with skeletons than with most other types of people. You got a gold tooth, you got bean-stained pants, 24 meat. Alice studies the remains of your undead foes. Danger spot. Oh, I don't. Nope. We're going home. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked on says, please do not open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Open the door. Oh, that's the end of the cave. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Oh no. Oh. You can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get through to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. Oh, you mean like a spider? Oh my gosh, it's almost like I did it on purpose. You hear a horrible skittering noise followed by scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. I'm gonna not go inside. I'm very upset with myself. If I would have known, I would have went for the weapons one instead. You had a jaw harp in his pocket, maybe they killed him for playing the harp too much. All those bottles are empty. This poor chef is chained to the wall, his eyes widen as you approach. Hey, you're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hands into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Kitty, how you doing, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-hat idiots. That sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? That their perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right and the shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? The chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school, with the million meat idea in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? Yeah, I promise. Okay then, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyways, in the middle of it, there's a sausage, but it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. Okay. And it's served in a long split roll which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. Um, and the best part, the name. You ready to hear it? Sure. I call it the hot dog. What'd you think? It sounds great. He beams. Thanks. He sighs. Not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get this chain off, there's no point in hanging around in this empty cave making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. You could set up shop in Durwater. Brilliant! You're a genius, Kitty. The hot dogs for sale, all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains, and he leaves the cave, hauling the oven and the shelves full of ingredients, muttering to himself about a new sausage recipe. That's that, then. Well, the gang has been prepped for spider consumption. Don't do anything just yet. I want to make sure I've gotten everything. If I leave the cave, are they gonna die? You know what? We're just gonna arrest them. The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse except for one, which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked. And head back to the Dirtwater jail. Turn him in. Is that the Stripey Hat gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. You gain 1,000 meat, and you gain 30 XP. Groovy. Oh, they look great. Just wanted to say hi. Well, hi. Well, let's begin back to work. She coughs as if she says she'd be doing something more important. Don't mind me. Was that another one? Another wanted poster? For unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations, last seen in unregistered settlement of North Dirtwater. Let's do it. Who would have known I'd become the sheriff? Where do these ones go? Oh wait, what? Last scene of the house in the desert. Go get him. Desert house. Howdy there, I'm Wandering Sally. Howdy, Sally, I'm Kitty. What's your line? Trading. I'm wandering all around these lands, just like it says on the label, and I buy a little here and sell a little there to make my way. Care to see? Sure thing. Her wandering camp. Oh, I got an army field trauma kit. Barely enhanced hat, bean stained pants. Alright, so she got an apple, a bar of soap, fungicide bomb. Sorry. Oh. Lucky marigold. Oh, I bet you this is really valuable. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you shouldn't use this to do either of those things. Work boots? Alright, I'm going for the pickaxe. Hmm. Stench resistance. Okay. Let's go. You happen to cross an abandoned crate, which apparently fell off a wagon or something since it slid and has been knocked loose. You know what that means. It's mine, all mine. You fish through the crate and help yourself to the contents, which appears to be mining gear, so you were even more right than you knew. You got an item. Sulfur match, can of oil, can of kerosene. Sweet. Look at us getting all lucky. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are, hold up, you hear a voice from inside and say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Snake is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Snaky is my middle name. Okay, if you say so. Thanks. From the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains a very angry dog. Very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Bring 'em on. Back off for now. So is there nothing I could do? I don't have anything to... Maybe I'm not meant to be here right now. Alright, let's get out of here. We do need to go to the Dave Yard. You find a crate of supplies bound for a nearby army fort. Looks like it fell off a wagon, or the driver fell off the wagon and was too drunk to strap it down. In any case, it looks like it got knocked open by the fall. See what's inside. You fish through the crate and help yourself to its military contents. It's not like those army cowards have any use for it. Back east in their coward hidey holes, a hardtack, chemical bullet, and a silver bullet. It's for all them werewolves. Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years. 40 angry bears. Oh, I wonder if... Oh, I didn't mean to go inside yet. The truth was out there. I killed him. Okay, here. Limpy. Oh. This is one of those thingies that they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things, doors full of skeletons. Open one, open a whole bunch, leave them be. Let's leave them be for right now. Maybe later we'll... Oh my goodness. This is a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person. Investigate. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. You got an item, gore splattered scroll, Human ashes. There's some kind of receipt in here. You got a robe receipt. Don't like this. Don't like this one bit. Well, if we're gonna hunt down that necromancer, this looks like a good place to start. Watch out for this pile of bones. I can tell just looking at them that they're ready to jump up and fight. We'll be ready. I love that so much. Whack. Oh, he's a little bit, oof. Yeah, get him. Oh, thanks. Oh my goodness. Oh, spooky. Big whack. Whack. You checked the bones for Dickens. Nope, you beat them all out. Skull chips. Hooray! Weird. That one has a higher. Oh, I forget they all get the hit. Oh, no, please. Heal me just a little bit so they can beat the crap out of me. I'm probably gonna die this round, but that's okay. At least I tried. I'm not sure what possessed you to think opening all those drawers at once is a good idea. You get an angry effect. You get so angry about losing the fight that you pass out. You wake up the next morning in your bed. Doc Alice must have carried you back here after you got knocked out. You're a little sore, but none otherwise any worse for wear. You are pretty hungry, though, and sober. Wait, do I have to eat? Is that a thing? That works for me. Oh, I need to up my lock pick. Tippy toes. Oh, interesting. Okay. We had some unfinished business. Oh, Silversmith's house. Hinata, you were right. We should have kept it. So the silver nugget can make one bullet. You melted the nugget and made a bullet. Observing the process, that nugget and bullet are pretty similar words. You're not planning on going to any weddings or funerals anytime soon, so you figure it's safe to turn these cufflinks into something more immediately useful. You got 3 silver bullets. Leave. Awesome. Ugh, I need foraging. A twin bed. The silver myth must have been a bachelor or a half-wit guy with a half-wit spouse. A spittoon. At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to the bed and actually might be a bedpan. We're gonna investigate anyways. A spittoon. Sorry. Wait, really? I mean, if it's just a spittoon, that's bad enough, but it might be a bedpan. That would be way worse. Investigate it. I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably used when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is maybe they only used it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into it, which in which case is only full of rancid, congealed tobacco spit. We're gonna investigate it. Are you even listening to me? Or are you just some sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan! Alright, I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there, and you aren't stopping me. Bedpan. Shut up, I'm investigating. Okay, fine, have it your own way. Your own filthy, disgusting way. It turns out to probably not be a bedpan, but it's definitely a spittoon, and it's definitely filled with rotting brown spit. Fish around in it. What is wrong with you? Bite me. Oh, good God. Okay, you plunge your hand up to the wrist. It makes a glop noise and breaks the thin skin of congealed toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in a relative check. Now you are choking and miasm of oil, bitter chaste. You know that feeling you get when you're about to puke? How you get that taste right in the back of the rear corners of your mouth, that metallic tang by the root of your tongue, like you're sucking on a corroded old penny? Just tell me what I found already. You, you found a filthy slime covered old brooch. Are you happy? I bet you're going to put it on without even washing it first. Maybe I will. So there. The shelf looks pretty picked over. You find a couple of things to look edible. Instant grits, plum pudding. Excellent. Ah! Forgot the darn combination to this confounded thing. If you can open it, you're welcome to what's in it. Well, we need to gain some XP. They say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but when you see someone wearing dark cultist robes, it seems like a pretty safe bet that they're some sort of cultist. Another clue is the fact that he or she is trying to teach a skeleton how to tap dance. At least, that's what it looks like from here. Bite him. I feel like he's gonna do more damage. Oh! You know what? Just for that. How is it still alive? You know what? 1 to 2 damage, I don't even care. Whack. Got an introductory next mix. Okay, okay. This black covered book, give him the old boink. The bonk. Yeah. Written in black ink on black paper is primer in the arts of Southwest necromancy, otherwise known as Nexmex. It gives you the Grinning Skull skill. Read it. This seems like a probably pretty dangerous. Are you sure you want to read it? I don't like it when it asks me that. The tag on this skull has a serial number. It says it was borrowed from the submission catacombs on February 19th, 1886. Geez, this thing is really late. The back of the tag has a catacombs address on it. You discovered a new application. Old mission. Skulls. Check them out. Oh, we didn't read this. You scrape the largest of the giblets off the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes and spread them out in the shape of a person inside the red chalk ritual circle. Then sprinkle them with stardust and place the mostly perfect or better glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more these and thous and such as like that, but or plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while you're doing it. Teeth? That'd pistol. 1 plus armor. Oh, I like that better. Only 1 hat. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, I thought it couldn't go further than that. My bad. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like family of especially illiterate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. Look through the wreckage. Advanced beancraft. Nice. We'll take it. Oh, this looks like his home. Well, ghost town here. Oh. Sorry, the catacombs are off limits. Aw, but I've always wanted to see a catacomb. Not without Sister Mary's permission. Which, she's the only other nun here. Sorry, the catacombs are off limits. Aha. Alright, gotta creep around here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What's wrong, sister? They came back. They just came back and took them. I couldn't stop them. Whoa, slow down. Okay, what happened? Our holy relics. The saints just stormed off out of the catacombs and took them back. Wow. I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. What am I going to do? To start with, take a deep breath and try to calm down, okay? What's your name? I'm Sister Mary. My name's Kitty. Now what about the saints? Our mission is to protect 3 sacred relics, and I'm the relic keeper, and it's my specific job to look after them. Wait, do they call you Memento She shows you the ruler she keeps tucked under her sleeve. No, they do not. Okay, sorry, what happened? The saints, oh, it's too horrible. They came to life somehow and came up out of the catacombs, all skeletal and ghastly looking. I mean, it's probably blasphemy to say that, but I nearly fainted. And they took back their relics? Yes, and if they aren't recovered before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble. Uh-oh, how much time is there? Well, actually, he's months overdue, so probably not at all that urgent, but still. Alright, let's get him back for you. Oh, he's probably dead. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. Are you going to have to fight them to get their relics back? Because that's probably blasphemous too. I mean, probably, but if black magic brought them back to life, that's like super blasphemous, right? So it evens out. Oh dear, the cardinal's going to want to have a very long talk about this, but go ahead, do what you must, I suppose. Okay. Let's go, Casper. Is there a new spot? Or are we just... Alright, well, let's go here. A burly, grizzled man in leather, well, everything, is busy peeling the skin off of a no longer recognizable animal. He looks up at you and growls, brandishly his skinning knife as if to say, bother me and you'll be next. Bother me and you'll be next. Yeah, I got that. Bother him. Show him your skinning knife. Back away. Watch him carefully. That's not a knife. This is. Don't be stupid. They're both knives. So you're a skinner too, eh? Well, not professionally or anything. It's a hobby, I guess. Alright, come over here and watch close. I'll show you a couple of tricks. Making friends on the road. You don't really understand the tricks, but they result in you getting some free skins, so you're happy. You got a coal snake skin and smoldering skin, sorry. No entry. I don't like that. The bandit looks distraught. What's the matter, buddy? I lost my belt buckle. Did you lose it near the bar? Oh, good idea. I'll look there. Let him go. Oh. I feel like they have to be... a certain order. I feel like there has to be something. You duck into the outhouse to plan your next move. While you're pondering, you know something weird. This outhouse has a back door. Leave through the back door. This is the back of the jail. Turns out it's just flat plywood, like a theatrical set. The ropes that are holding this thing up don't look very strong. You could knock it over pretty easy, but you should probably hold off until just the right moment. I got you, I got you. So it's the second one to the end. It's a bar. So the other guy has to go to the bar. Okay. I think... Do I have to have all of them? Maybe. Maybe we give all of them the old boink. Oh, but what if I wanted it? The gang is knocked out. You can arrest them now if you want to. Take them to jail. Say, that's the Potemkin gang? How'd you get them? Push the jail over on them? What? Never mind. All in a day's work. Hehehe. Oh, there's another one. Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and selling a counterfeit glue. Last seen headed towards the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Would you like to investigate? Yes, indeed. It's a good word. I still haven't done this one. The House and the Desert Gang. But I don't think I have a... Read it. Oh, there's a recipe for a wall-shaped pile of beans that look pretty interesting. Gives bean wall a spell that will create a wall of beans that provides cover from ranged attacks. There's a chapter about cooking bean dishes so small they have to be served intravenously. Gives blood beans a skill that lets you regenerate health during combat. There's an article about butter, about an article about beans, and the juxtaposition gives you an idea. Butter beans, the spell that reduces an opponent's muscle, masculinity, and moxie. We do butter beans. I don't know, I feel like that's half the fun is watching them walk. I have so much stuff. Oh. Yes, you pull out your pick and make a short work with and small rocks of the meter you gain. Oh my god, that's a lot of meat. And you got stardust. Unfortunately, your pick melts from the heat of the meteor. The heatier. Ugh. With a knick-knack paddywhack, you achieve your aim. The dog begins contently gnawing the human femur. Go for him. The hinges on this gate are really rusty. If you open the bandits are definitely gonna hear. Oil the hinges. Use the last of the oil in the can on rusty hinges. The gate swings open easily and silently. You creep up to the door. You can hear the gang inside. You notice that the door jam is busted, probably from being kicked in. There's a crude hasp made of bent nails on the floor. Looks like the bandits have just been locking it with a padlock from the outside when they leave. If you had a lock, you could turn this fortress into a prison. Back off for a bit. I know what we need to do. I need to travel until I find that girl. I should have went there. I didn't know. Wait, where's the old circus? Oh, it's up there. I don't even know where I could buy stuff at. Ugh, no thanks. We're gonna cast a spell. Oh, and I think after this, I might end the stream. I think we're at a good stopping point. Oh my, that wasn't very nice. You know what? Bonk. grey mist closes in on you as Casper marches confidently forward through the gnarled and ancient forest. You shudder. Keep going. Casper stops. Through the fog ahead you see a shape. You dismount to investigate and it reveals itself to be the shape of a pedestal, topped with the shape of a book. Take the book. The chills went down your spine as you touched the book. You got an item, Fundamentals of Next. I think I already have that. Oh. I don't know if I have to weigh my pros and cons. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I could do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Oh? Ever since I was a little boy. Huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. And they were magical to me. Like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it, like a chute. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organization and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. I guess I'm the boss now. The man looks you up and down. Well, now I suppose you can't be any worse than the last clown. He extends his hand. Name's me. I'm your assistant. What's the situation? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing the giant pile of rocks blocking your path. The surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain pass, so we can't reroute, and even if we had the months I'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'd take a lot of dynamite, a whole year's worth, I figure. We use to keep that much on land for emergencies just in case. Such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little vermin. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Almost like it coming clutch. Glad to hear goblins are holed up over in Gavasta Glutch. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honoring your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you're planning to go guns blazing. You discovered a new application, Gavasta's Gulch. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. Any you can lay your hands on will do fine as long as there's enough of it. I'll look into it. Oh, yeah. I didn't talk to you for a reason. Alright. Let's go. Let's go to Silversmith's house. I really want to find... You find a wrecked bank stagecoach with a strong box in the back. It's too heavy to carry, but too locked to open. You pop the lock to find a ton of meat inside, and since the serial numbers aren't sequential, the bank probably won't be able to trace it if you keep it for yourself. Awesome. Oh boy, this game. Alright, heading back to Dirtwater. You spot a store on the horizon. Perhaps you can exchange meat for goods and services there. Go there now. Yes. Hello. The woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she's got for sale. Take a look. You have a lock? I need a lock. You do have a lock. I will buy that lock. Oh, you also have a pickaxe. And some needles. Okay. Desert eating and drinking. Gives you forage and skill. Yes. I don't care if I just spent all my money. I needed it. Advanced beancraft. I don't need advanced beancraft. What if I'll need a hammer? Do I still have a crowbar? I do still have my crowbar. I feel like there was something I wanted to sell. I don't know. I feel like if I sell stuff, I'm gonna need it later. Nah. Alright, I needed the lock. That's all I needed. Let's go finish this off. No, the house. Does our house. If I need one more thing once I get over here, I'm going to be so upset. Do I have to get the dog a bone again? Okay. Alright, pound the door, lock 'em in. You quietly lock the door from the outside. You've definitely got the upper hand at this point. What's your next move? Arrest them! Alright, fellow, the jig's up. A muffled voice says, the law, get 'em, boys. And then, tarnation, we're locked in. And you hear a chorus of defeated sighs. Toss out your weapons. Toss out your weapons and I won't arrest you. You hear a quiet but heated discussion inside. Eventually a voice says, alright, and some pistols fall out the window. You got a bandit pistol, and a desert gang 6-gun. I'm just kidding, I'm still gonna arrest you. A voice says, ah, dang it. You round up the gang and haul them back to Dirtwater. That's the house in the desert gang. Alright, all except for the house, that's it. Did it get away? What? Was I supposed to? Haha, nah, I was just messing with you. Here's your reward. You gain 500 meat and 30 XP, which we can use to... Oh my god, I have a lot of XP. I kind of want to keep it. Because I want the next stage on this. You know what? We're going to keep it. I think we already... A 5th wanted poster. The Gertrude brothers. For kidnapping, kidnapping victims, and attempting the sale of human flesh for consumption. Last seen held in an old abandoned pickle field. Or pickle factory. Can't let these dastardly criminals escape justice. It wouldn't be kosher. Would you like to go investigate? Yes, indeed. Alrighty. Well, I think we've done some pretty good... Yes, I know. Alrighty, well, let's stop here. Nice view from up here. I wonder if I had binoculars. So it's connecting to chat. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyways. Search. Let's see if anyone else is playing West of Loathing. We're gonna see some things out here. I am looking for someone to raid. Sorry, we are. I'm just looking for someone to raid here. Um, slash. Uh, there's only one other person playing West of Loathing, too, which is kind of crazy. Uh, you know. Okay. All right. I think we're ready. Let's go raid this other person playing West of Loathing. Since there's only one other person. So excited. Alrighty. But I do want to say thank you all for watching today. I know it was a little bit of a little laid back stream with just me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll save you a seat. See you guys next time. Much love, Raquel. Alrighty, let's count down. Alrighty, rating now.
Anything else? Thanks. My horse is doing so good. My horse named Soup. Hey, thank you for the raid. Raquel? Yeah, thank you very much. How y'all doing this fine Wednesday evening?